Шановні колеги, зараз
Dear colleagues, now we are going to give the floor to the ATO spokesman of the presidential administration of Ukraine, Colonel Motuzyanyk. Good afternoon, dear friends. These days, the ATO forces informed the observers of the special monitoring mission of OSCE on concentration of enemy tanks and self-propelled artillery of 100 millimeters caliber in the areas of Sekilniki, Golmovsk, and Donetsk. According to the reconnaissance data, the psychological condition of the militants is very low because they have bad food and financial remunerations are lacking. That is why they abuse alcohol and drugs, and thus they deliver chaotic fire on their own militants' positions and ATO positions. Besides that, the reconnaissance officers report that the Russian occupational leadership distributes rumors on potential attacks of Ukrainian army. The reason is not only to provoke the armed forces of Ukraine, but also to resolve the problem of lodging the militants during the winter period. However, this information is not true. Ukraine observes the ceasefire regime in compliance with Minsk agreements, and now the update of hostilities during yesterday. In Lugansk direction, the situation was calm yesterday, except the two incidents of non-precision fire from the side of militants towards our positions near the village of Troitsk. They used heavy machine guns. In Donetsk direction, the number of fire incidents increased as compared to the day before. Yesterday, the militants 33 times opened fire in this direction. The enemy resumed firing in the area of Svetlodarsk salient. Near the village of Lugansk, the enemy opened non-precision fire from heavy machine guns 4 times. Also, for a half an hour, the enemy conducted a provocation using small arms near the village of Kadema. To the north of Gorlivka, the militants during 24 hours opened fire from heavy machine guns, and after the sunset, they fired on Ukrainian positions near Zaitsevo and Mayorsk from 82 and 120 millimeter mortars. The enemy conducted 2 armed provocations near Verkhnyotorets using small arms for a total length of about 50 minutes. In the area of Donetsk airport, there were 7 hostile fire incidents. They used grenade launchers and heavy machine guns. Near Mariinka, the enemy yesterday violated ceasefire 3 times. In Mariupol direction, the enemy was active during the night time. They conducted short-term precision firing on Ukrainian positions near Shirokina with the use of small arms. During the previous day, due to the hostilities, no Ukrainian servicemen were killed, but 1 serviceman was wounded. Ukrainian law enforcement officers detained accomplices of the militants. The Security Service of Ukraine detained a DPR artillery controller. The offender observed the movements of Ukrainian military road vehicles near the village of Novgorodsk. The information was reported to the militants' leaders so that they fire on Ukrainian positions and mine roads. The policeman in Lysychansk detained previously convicted an Alchevsk resident who was a member of LPR group. 26-year-old militant was armed and conducted illegal examinations of road vehicles and citizens on occupied town of Zorinsk in Perevalsk district in Lugansk region. In November 2014, he jointly with the Russian residents took part in military actions against Ukrainian armed forces near Debaltseve. Besides that, the security service officers found a cache with the weaponry near the village of Pokrovsky in Artyomovsk districts in Donetsk region. The security service officers seized anti-tank and anti-personnel mines from this cache. There was also an equipment for production of booby traps, wires, flame rockets, and detonators. They were seized. The armed forces of Ukraine deliver humanitarian assistance to the residents of frontline villages and towns. Civil military cooperation group officers along with volunteers delivered medicines to the hospitals in Mariinka, Krasnogorivka and Kurakhova. The question, could you tell us please more precisely how many times the militants violated the ceasefire regime? There were 35 hostile provocations, most of them in Donetsk direction, 25 and 2 in Mariupol and Lugansk directions also. Thank you. The next briefing of the ATO spokesperson will be held the same time tomorrow.